What's up everybody, I'm Katanata and welcome back to another video. I have been a little bit lazy on recording videos lately, but I've also had a lot going on Stig till Arbete, as I've been talking about earlier, and now on Tuesday, because I'm recording this on Wednesday and it comes up on Friday, the day you see it is Friday, and on Tuesday next week I am actually going to start a new job training, because if you remember, I had a job training in the beginning of this year. It didn't turn out all that well, so now I'm getting a new job training at a museum. And I am so hyped for this. I don't know why I'm talking about this, because this is gonna be a video about movies. But I mean, I think I have to record a live update or a mukbang where I just sit and talk about the things that has happened lately. I think I'm gonna do that. But okay, so this video is about movies that I have recently seen, and I have 5 movies that I'm shortly going to talk about. I'm also going to record a video where I tell you about the latest 5 series I've seen, or more, because I do watch more series than I watch movies. So let's get started. And also, ignore this! We have a chicken net in our kitchen. We used this by the window in the living room, because so the cat can't just go up on the roof. So we have switched it out. So this is the old one. We have just not gotten to taking it apart yet. I have to record so many videos. I have so much to talk about. Right. Movies. Let's stick to the subject here. So this is what happens when I have not recorded videos for a long time. I have so much to talk about. So yes, okay, let's go. So the first movie is called The Witch, and this is, I think, the most, well, it's not the most accurate movie, but it is really accurate on the Old English, because throughout this movie they speak Old English and it sounds so funny. And it's also really cool because I've never seen a movie that uses only Old English. So I give, for example, nowadays if you want to call someone over to you, say come here, but they say come hither and all that stuff, and it was also British, so it sounded even more funny. Okay, so let's go. The year is, I'm gonna read from this because I can't have this all in my mind. The year is 1630. 1630. The year is 1630. Oh god, my brain. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, the year is 1630. In New England, William and Catherine are a Christian couple that has 5 children. They live on a farm on the outskirts of a dark forest. And it starts with that the family's baby, the family's newborn baby, gets stolen by this witch. And I actually had to, I don't usually have to look away when I watch horror movies, but I actually had to, because she was grinding up the baby in the mortar, and I just could not, and then she smeared the baby all over her body, and I actually could not watch that. Okay, so yeah, the youngest son, which is a newborn, disappears, get kidnapped by this witch, and strange things starts to happen. The family start to go against each other because the two I think they are twins. They are about 5 years old or something like that. They behave strangely, and then the family just start to go against each other, and the parents are suspecting their children of being possessed by Satan and all the stuff. So it basically ends up with everyone in the family dying, except for what's her name? Thomasin, because Thomasin is the oldest child and she's the only one that survives. So yeah, it's a really cool movie. I loved it, but I was quite disappointed that basically everyone died but Thomasin. Okay, so the next movie is actually a Norwegian movie. It's called Kadaver. Kadaver is a Norwegian movie that starts with a mother, father, and their little girl trying to stay alive in a post-apocalyptic world. So this is basically whole Norway has gone to shit. Everyone is basically feral, just trying to survive, stealing from each other, trying to flee from killing each other, and later that evening. A man with some sort of wagon appears, and the mother buys a ticket from him that will let them enter the luxurious mansion that is basically the only standing building where they live, because everything is just trashed. And this mansion is a really luxurious mansion, and it looks like it's the only thing in the whole city that has color, because everything in the city is basically just grayscale with a hint of blue, and you see this mansion that actually has color. So they enter the mansion with this ticket that the mother bought, and in this mansion the people that own this mansion is some sort of cult that eats people. They are luring people in to make them believe that they are going to watch a theater show, a role-playing interactive theater show. So the people that are watching are wearing a golden mask, so the actors know that they are audience. So the people, the audience, they can walk around the mansion and look at different scenes and follow different stories, all to just one by one be kidnapped, slaughtered, and then eaten. Then we have a movie from Thailand, actually, and this one is really good. I like it so much. The Whole Truth. So yeah, this is a movie from Thailand, and it's about Pim and Putt. They are teenage siblings. They live with their mother, Mai. One evening, Mai has to work late, and that evening their grandfather, who they have not seen in many years since they were babies, picked them up and tells them that they need to go to the hospital. They need to go to the hospital because something has happened with Mai. She has been in an accident and she's now in a coma. So they will live with their grandparents. Pim and Putt will live with their grandparents until their mother recovers. And their grandparents oh my god, I can't speak. What's wrong with me? At their grandparents' house, Pim and Putt finds a mysterious hole in the wall, and they start to look through the wall. They hear noises from this hole in the wall. So, and the grandparents the grandfather cannot see the hole. Pim and Putt can see the hole, and then it actually turns out that the grandmother can also see the hole. But the grandfather does not know. Or it was such a long time ago that I saw this movie. Maybe he was just pretending that he couldn't see it. I don't remember. Sorry. Okay. Well, when Pim and Pot look through this hole, they look through it several times. They see horror scenes. It's basically the apartment they are in, but mirrored. So it's the same apartment, but mirrored. And there's some dark, creepy, gross, gory shits going on there, just to reveal an extremely dark family secret. And yeah, it has a plot twist, and I love it. Okay, so the next movie is actually not a movie. It is the length of a movie, but it is actually a Black Mirror episode. And if you don't know what Black Mirror is, it is a well, it's so many mixed genres in this series, but it is short stories. It's a new story for every episode. So this episode is actually 1.5 hours long. So it is basically a movie, although it is an episode of a series. So this movie is called Beyond the Sea. And I actually took this as a movie just because it's the length of a movie. The year is 1969. Two men are on a spacecraft far away from Earth, although they have something called a replica back on Earth that they created for their families. So this replica looks like them, and the replica is with these men's families, so they can travel back to Earth with a machine in their spacecraft connected to the replica on the Earth. So they can, if they lay down to sleep, they connect their brain to a machine so they can transfer their mind to the replica on Earth and be with their family, and only be on the spacecraft when there is emergency or something. I think there are actually I think it's a satellite that they control or something like that. It is something, so they only go back to space when it is an emergency, or they have to work out, eat, and because they cannot do that with their replica. So when they are on Earth, they don't eat and all that because it's basically a robot. So they have to eat and work out. They have to work out a lot just to keep their bodies in shape because they are so inactive when they are in this replica on Earth. And one day, one of the men's replica gets destroyed by a group of hippies, breaking into this man's family's home. And of course he gets distraught because that means now he cannot see his family, because the thing is, they cannot create a new replica if he himself is not on Earth. And because they create the replica, they don't really say how they create the replica, but he has to be on Earth himself for them to create a new replica. So he can't be with his family now because his replica is destroyed. So the other man actually offers his friend to use his replica sometime to spend time with his family instead, so he can still have some connection to Earth. And well, it goes well in the beginning, but then this guy, which got his replica destroyed, so when he borrows the other man's replica, he actually starts flirting with the wife of the other man, because I mean he's using the other man's replica, so he looks different. And the poor wife actually gets a little bit confused because she knows that this is not her husband in the replica at the moment, but as he makes advances on her, she goes with it for a few minutes, but then she gets mad and she says to him, "Don't confuse me, you're not my husband, don't try to do anything with me, don't confuse me." And it actually ends with well, it ends. I'm not gonna tell you the ending. It ends bad. Yeah, I remembered that on The Witch and the Cadaver. I actually spoiled the ending. I should not have done that. Okay, so for the last one, this has a very tiny description because it's basically it's just typically a haunted house movie, and I don't have to explain that a lot. So this is Things Heard and Seen, and I thought this was actually a little bit better than most of the haunted house movies. Okay, so a Manhattan artist relocates her young family to a house in Hudson Valley. As she settles to her new life, she begins to suspect that her marriage has a sinister darkness, one that rivals her new home's history. And I know it's not I did not know how to describe this movie, so this tiny description I actually took from Google, because I did not know how to describe this movie in a good way. But yeah, it's basically a haunted house movie. All right, so that was that. And I can also talk to you a little bit about, in a few videos ago, I just want to mention this, a few videos ago I said that I was going to try to do true crime videos. Turns out that unfortunately it takes too much of my time. I don't really have much spare time because now I am going to start a job training on Tuesday, and also I have other things that I have to do, so I am not going to do any true crime videos, unfortunately. I'm going to stick to the true crime recommendation videos because that is a little bit of storytelling, just telling you shortly about many cases. So I am going to stick to that, but unfortunately, I'm not going to do any true crime storytelling videos on one case at a time. So yeah, that was that for this video. I have so much that I want to talk about. Tomorrow I really need to record a mukbang and sit down and do basically a life update because I have so much to talk about. Alright, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon to get notified of when I upload new videos. I appreciate all of your support. Have a good day. Bye.